Right, Miss. We have to talk about this one because I must have watched it more than once because
Okay.
I think I was more floored
Mm.
on. Here I am thinking Emma is she's just a regular everyday person. You know, she goes having a dream destination wedding. Kudos to the writers because I swear, like right at that point, and when Rachel, Anna Marie's character, she, oh well, yeah, I did. I had a fling with this guy. I'm like, what? It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I had like no inclination. I felt like, honest to God, I felt like I was one of you guys watching a live adaptation version of like a table read. It was like the first time I'm like, huh? She had but I gotta take it way back to the beginning for you.
Yes.
When
Okay.
when you read this script for the first time, was it like an automatic, like, yes, I have to be a part of it?
Yes. Yeah, it was. It was um even the audition part of it, like when I got to audition for the role of Emma, I was like, oh my gosh, I get to be a bride at a wedding. And obviously I didn't know all of the twists and turns when I was doing the auditions, but after I read the thing, I was like, oh, look at this. I like this. Okay, Emma. So yeah, when
That,
I read it, it seemed super fun.
like I was saying to Anna Marie, and I told Zane, and Zane, I'm gonna get him the next time because he was like, there's so much, but I can't say. I'm like, and I sent him a message after watching. I'm like, you dirty little rat. Now I know what the hell you were talking about. But for you, because I know how everybody else felt, this just looked like it was such a magical place to film in, let alone bring a story of this magnitude to life.
Yes, I'm sure that everybody else touched on it, but it was like I went to college in Alabama at Auburn, but I had never been down to Gulf Shores. And so we were down there filming at this resort and I was like, this is great. Like I could really be paid. I'm really getting paid to like act at a resort like on this beautiful beach. It was great. And everybody else was great. I think Chad uh, who played the British speaking Nigel in it. He was like, it felt like adult summer camp, and it really did,
Yeah.
for
Even
sure.
he, even he was like, there's going to be so much twists and turns. And I was like, Chad, I was like, first off, you couldn't help but not like, in so much way, shape, or form, love all of these characters in this movie. I'm like, I said to Chad, I said, Nigel, I said, you like remind me of the butler on The Nanny. And he was like,
Yes.
and it was just, I think there was so much involved. And literally, I mean, from the magical aspect of this place to the stellarness of the writing, it had to be like, how was it for you? I mean, for me, it would be like bringing some kind of like magical entity to life. It was so well written.
hmm I think one of the things, especially like being on set, is like when you get into the atmosphere and you get in like makeup and your wardrobe and like you're just in it, like it does like bring the story to life. Like it's a lot easier just to like be instead of like at your house when you're auditioning in front of a blank wall. So I think for for me, like it really was like it felt like a dream when I was down there filming at this beautiful resort on a white sandy beach. It was yeah, it was definitely magical.
No complaints. Like, for real.
None at all. None at all. And everybody on the crew was great. All of my cast members were great. And like yeah, I was like I said, it really was like an adult summer camp, and we just got to be paid and act and make a movie while we were doing it.
And you had like the biggest bunch of probably like the goofiest and the silliest of guys to work alongside with.
Absolutely. Yes, I think if people didn't know them and they just watched the movie, they would be surprised on how movie everybody was outside of filming.
It, I think, because I was saying to Zane, little bugger, I was trying to get stuff out, and he was like, I can't say that. I'm like, you know, but looking at it as a whole, Emma, this part, because I was like, dang it, girl, you knocked it out with her, but it was like, was it hard for you to kind of get into that whole mojo of becoming her? Or was it easy for you? How'd you prep? How did you prepare to bring her to life on screen?
Well, one of the things I kind of do with most of my characters is I make a playlist. And so Emma had her own like musical playlist that I listened to the whole time. And then honestly, like I had my backstory and whatnot, and I had read the script, but as soon as like I went to go try on my wardrobe and they put me in all in this pink, I was like, yes, here's Emma. Yes, here she is. Um, and then Zayn was like such a doll. Like it was great having him as my fiance. Like he totally played into all of the shenanigans. But yeah, it wasn't like super hard to be Emma, even though she's a little bit different than me. It wasn't super hard to be her. And especially because we got to like be at I think sometimes it's harder when I'm closer to home and I have to like go back and forth to home.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
there I was just there with everybody. So when it was time, like Emma came out and she was ready to go. Yeah.
And it was funny because when I talked to Chad when he was telling me about Nigel, he was like, "The only thing I'm going to give you," he goes, "is a final scene where somebody comes out with like covering all of this stuff." I'm like, "Dang it, Chad!" And then I realized, and I'm like, "Uh-oh, yeah, that Zane full of Kate being." And then I got Zane afterward. I'm like, you are like one creepy ass human. You did that well.
He did do it well because in real life he's like a super decent person. Like super great. And then you see him on camera like doing what he did and you're like, "Oh, wow. Okay. There he is." What a good yeah.
Yeah.
You pulled that out.
And that was the funny part because like I could see like I could see facets of you and Emma. I could see, Emma was just looking for so relatable, looking for that ultimate love, looking for that destination, what we, destination wedding, which would be the happily ever after. Then you have
Yeah.
seen like this like apple pie boy, this cute little thing, and then all of a sudden it turns out
Yeah.
to be a damn psycho.
Emma sure does know how to pick him, doesn't she?
Dang it, girl. And that's what I said to Zan. That's what I said to Zan afterward. I'm like, okay, all right now. This is what you meant. You turned out to be like some crazy person, but you couldn't tell me. I'm like, flipping the switch much there, buddy? But I have to ask you with Emma, were there were there hard parts with bringing her to life, stuff that may have deviated from the person that you are?
I think with Emma, I think the hardest part with me with Emma is when I was down there, I was like, I loved Emma. I loved my wardrobe. I was just in it. I was having my wedding. And then I would sit down at like makeup or to get my like hair done or talk to my cast and they would be like, "So how does it feel to be the villain of the movie?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Emma's not the villain." They were like, "Yeah, none of this would have happened if it's really all Emma's fault. Like Emma picked this the psycho. Emma also had an affair with the psycho." And
Yeah.
so like, none of this would have happened about Emma. And I think that was the hardest part for me to wrap my mind around was that Emma was the villain, quote unquote, the villain or the
Yeah.
spark of everything in the movie.
I
Um,
know. And I got Austin afterward too. I'm like, dude, between you and Zayn, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, never, but I can see what you're saying because I think the most relatable quality of Emma, it was. we see her with the ultimate dream, and then plot twist, you know, Emma had a weak moment. And that's why I say major kudos to the writers because they made this story so relatable. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but a
Right.
lot of people can relate to it.
Right. And I felt that with Emma too. Like I think a lot of people are looking for this dream life. Like they want, the rich, good-looking husband. They want the house, they want the kids, they want to get married in this beautiful island, but and what they're willing to overlook to have this dream. Like I'm sure there are many red flags that Emma overlooked with her
Yes, girl.
fiance and all of that, and the guy that she had an affair with, quote unquote. Although, as Emma, I like justified it that me and my person weren't together, so like it was fine. But that's Emma. Nicole was like,
Girl, I love
um,
how you execute stuff. You're just like,
yeah, it just that's Emma. And then Nicole's like, Emma, you're making some really bad decisions, and you're overlooking a lot of shit stuff
you're
to
good.
have this perfect life. But yeah, and I think Emma is a lot like everyone who wants, like, has this idea in their mind of what life is supposed to be like for
Yeah.
them.
And I think too, you couldn't have had a better best friend play Rachel and Anna Marie.
Mhm.
You guys just were like the quintessential best friends.
Yeah, I have been really blessed and lucky on my past two Lifetime movies that my best friend, like, we get along in real life. I think the one other thing about Anna Marie that we were talking about when we were down there, it was like I feel like I don't remember first meeting you. I feel like I just know you. And so
Exactly.
and so we like hung out, got donuts together, terrorized the guys with our donuts because they couldn't eat sweet things because they had to have their shirts off. Like we we, we had
Maybe,
a good old time.
oh, now that makes sense because Zane was saying it's something about the girls had something over us. Now that little bugger, now I know what he was talking about. They couldn't
Yeah.
have donuts.
I mean, you saw Austin in the movie, like he has his shirt off like 90% of the movie. And so
And I
me and
think
yeah.
and I think it was, and then I think it was like I said to Austin, I'm like, he goes, well, I wish I kind of like, yeah, I'm like, will you shut up? I said, all you guys don't have to worry about the stuff that us girls have to worry about.
Yeah, they don't, but this was the plot twist. On the movie set, they had to worry about they looked way more than we did. So I was like, yes, finally.
Finally, some proper retribution.
Yes, for
Oh,
sure.
honey, this was, I think, because like I said to Anna Marie, it was probably the essential Lifetime movie that I'm used to watching.
Hmm.
You have which I feel like it's a sin. I bust on her so much, Anna Marie, but I'm like, girl, you are like the Lifetime movie queen. No, I'm
Hmm.
not. I'm like, yes, you are. I'm like, that's how I got to know you. But I feel like this one was so well rounded and so put together. I told her, I said, all you guys need to like do a sequel of like what happened after the fact.
I agree. And I also think the sequel should take place at a tropical resort again. Like we need to we were talking about that. We were like, they should shoot more movies at resorts. This was great. And me and Anna Marie need to go on like a girls' trip to like heal from all the things that happened to us. I think that would be a
Exactly.
great idea. And you should let them
Exactly.
know that for sure.
Oh, you wait. Wait till I get Zane and Austin the next time. These boys. Ugh.
Those, those
Oh,
boys.
these boys, you guys, that's what I was saying to Zane and to Austin and the rest. I'm like, you guys have like no fun on this movie. They're like, no. I'm like, I wish I could have been like a fly on the wall in the middle of these conversations.
Yeah, for sure. It was really fun and it looks beautiful, but I don't know if they said it, it was so cold most of the time that we were
No,
there. I don't think you can tell, but but like the pool scenes, that water was freezing. So kudos to everybody for acting like it wasn't. It was because we
no.
shot it in November.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks very hot and beautiful, but it was actually cold. So, but yeah, no, we still had fun. They still you couldn't tell.
Girl, we need you in more Lifetime movies.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I agree. They need me in more Lifetime movies for sure.
Um, this one was so whenever Anna Marie was one of the first ones that I connected with, and she was like, she had asked. I said, yeah. I said, I've known Nicole probably for like her first two movies, and we were just. I said, you guys, I couldn't have casted two best friends, and then here you come with all these boys that smack upside their heads. It's
He's oh, the boys.
all the boys.
They
You
were a hoot
know,
and Hanny while we were there. They were great.
they are. They all are. They all are so good, but now everything makes sense now. You wait until I see Zayn on Instagram now. Stinker.
I'm so glad that he got to go first and not me because I'm glad I got to go after the movie already came out, so I don't have to like keep secrets or anything. Not the
Well, that
best.
was funny. It was Zayn and Austin. And it was
Hmm.
funny. They both said the same thing, like, we can't say nothing. We can't say nothing. And I'm like, we'll do one after the premiere. And with that, I'm gonna slap Zayn. Because now everything he's like, you're not gonna know. There's gonna be a lot of twists with me. I'm like, now I know.
Hmm. I'm glad they wrote it like that too, because I think you don't like. I think when I talked to a lot of the people I know that watched it, they thought Nigel did everything because yep.
What? Because I was like, because I said to him, and I was like, and this was after, because I talked to him after the premiere. And I
Mhm.
said, the whole time, I said, the poor thing, I said, I'm feeling like it's Nigel. I'm like, yeah, yeah, he did it. So I'm like, you were acting so shady and, creeping around, when Rachel and Emma, I'm like, yeah, this dude is the one. And then, like, the whole entire time. And then when Emma, like I told you, like when Emma goes, oh, yeah, I kind of sort of had an affair. I'm like, what? What? So well done. I mean, it. I'm glad myself that I get to talk to you after the fact because I'm like, sorry about that.
That was okay.
Um, you know, it was so well done that I think it was, and this how and I think why I love stories like this so much because I love the thrillers, I love the romantic comedies, but I love the thrillers, but with a plot twist.
Hmm.
This was, and I'm like now culminating it with you and watching it more than once. My
Yeah.
family thinks I'm crazy, but watching it more than once, now I can see because it seems like it was so you learn if you didn't mean to learn something about yourself as an actor, you learned with this one because there were so many
Mhm.
twists and turns with it.
Right, for sure. I think any type of like, at least for me, every acting job I like is like a is a learning experience
Experience.
and brings out maybe biases I've had or like parts of me that I didn't know were there. So I appreciate every job I get, and especially with this one with Emma, it was like they always teach you in acting not to judge your character and to kind of like justify why they're doing it because you don't judge them. And I think with Emma, it would be really easy to judge her. But Really, she's just like everybody else in this world. She's just trying to find love and have the best life that she can. And, she doesn't always have the best judgment, but she really loves the people around her and wants to
And I
take care of them.
and I think too, all kidding aside, I think the most relatable quality that I found in her, which I do a lot myself, is, Emma to me saw the good and sometimes seeing the good and not looking further into that. You know, we all make those mistakes. And then, of course, ultimately the biggest mistake in having an affair with this psycho, you know, but in the end, it's like we've all been through it. And like I said, I can't say it enough. I said it with the other guys too. Kudos to the writers because they made it that realistic.
Hmm. They did. Because, like I said, we all do that. Well, not all of us do that, but a lot of us do that. We see the good in people. We ignore the red flags because obviously Emma saw this in her fiance. She's had to see this type of weird
Yeah,
behavior in her fiance before, but he's rich and he's handsome and he's going to give her the life that she wants and she loves him. So it's like, I can ignore all that because it's going to give me the life I want or the outcome I want. So. Yeah.
girl. I'm gonna tag Lifetime in this one, and I'm gonna purposely send them an email and be like, you need to put my Nicole and Anna Marie back in the movie again. I'm just saying.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to work with Anna Marie again. She's amazing.
She is. She is a rock star in this industry.
Hmm. Absolutely. She's a great actress. She's gorgeous. And she's like down to earth and personable in real life. Like she's super nice.
You just touched on something, and I have to say, I think that's probably like the biggest question that I get from so many fans after doing so much of this for so long. People always ask me, they're like, is this person the way that they seem that they are? You know, I had one after the first time that we talked that said to me, is she as sweet as she is? And I said, but I get it regularly so much. And I'm like, listen, you guys have to understand. Yeah, these people have this quintessential job of bringing these movies to life. We learn how to adore the work that you guys portray. But I said, ultimately, there are human beings behind all of it. And I said, Nicole, I said, is the sweetest person around. Anna Marie is the sweetest person around. So I feel like there's so much with fans. That's like the ultimate question. Is this person the way that they are? And I'm like, yeah, you just, and I said, this is why I love doing what I do because it's like, it's a chat between two friends,
Right.
but it's chatting about a movie that all of us have seen. If we haven't seen, go watch it. But I'm just saying you may need a bottle of wine afterwards.
It's just
Maybe
we're
two
stressing
bottles of
people
wine.
out.
May need two bottles of wine. When Zane goes and he ends up in cake, that's the only spoiler I'm saying for anybody that watches it.
Yeah.
But just major kudos on this one. You did an unbelievable job. But I know you do other stuff. So what else is going on with you, girl?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm shooting a movie in St. Louis next month. It's like a military sci-fi movie. So a departure from my lifetime roles. I play a badass military captain. It's called Nexus. It's by David Kirkman. He's a local filmmaker out there. And then in August, I have a play that I'm doing, a stage play I'm doing in Cincinnati called Delusional. Well, it's Delusional 2. Delusional One happened earlier this year, and I'm the lead character, Savannah Lane. And so we'll have that happening August 21st and 22nd at the Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park. So I'm
Oh,
excited to do that.
very, very cool. And look at you playing a badass military girl.
Yep. Not only
That
get I get a cute bride, I can be a badass military person too. So
that has to be tough though. Prepping, that's a heck of a role to do.
Well, the I guess the nice thing is I actually used to be in the military back in the day. So I've been it or seen it. So I have some stuff to draw upon.
I forgot that part. And see, this is the whole thing. There's so many parts of you, and that's what I love the most. Although, lifetime should need to be on more.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, agreed. Yes.
Oh, honey, congrats on Deadly Destination Wedding.
Thank
Emma,
you.
Emma was, I mean, there were times that I just want to be like, Emma, wake up. Even after the fact, I found out that, what I did, but just amazing job. Just best of luck on everything. And I want to see, there's got to be more movies with you. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, I'll actually also as well. I'm in a movie that premiered at Sundance earlier this year, Union County with Will Poulter. I have a scene, I'm a nurse in it, which I'm a nurse in real life, but I think it's supposed to be in the movies in the next couple months. So,
Oh my God, that's awesome. You gotta you gotta let me know, and I'll do a whole thing on my stories to help you promote it.
okay. Yeah, thanks. I will. I'll send you the things.
Send send me the things, girl. Send me the things. Well, just best of luck. Nice job. I
Thank you
mean,
so much.
really, no. Oh, you're welcome, honey. You know I adore you, and we'll definitely catch up on when these new things pop up.
Yes, absolutely.
Bye, honey. Take care.
Bye. You had a great day too. Bye.
Bye.